Good morning, Timmy's. Okay, just a heads up. Behind here is a dog that is like barking outside, and the train is coming through, so you guys might hear background noise. I apologize if that's the case. I know my microphone sucks. I'm working on it, okay? I'm a broke little Timmy bitch. You gotta give me a chance to get a good microphone, okay? I honestly just don't know which one to get. It's not really a matter of like money. I just don't know which one to get. Like, I don't want to buy something that ends up, not working for me. So if you guys want to recommend me microphones in the comments, that would be really cool. Specifically ones that hook up to your phone, because I've been filming on my phone, not on a camera. Today is actually not a Pokemon related video, because today we are talking about Phoenix Resale. Phoenix Resale. Good old Caleb. This man is pretty much single-handedly responsible for the reason that I hate resellers so much. This was the first reseller I ever encountered on YouTube as far as like consuming content goes. And goddamn, do I dislike this man. Let me give you guys a little background on Phoenix Resale just from my experience as somebody who's literally only watched his videos like here and there. I can't give you a super intense deep dive, but I'm going to give you a little context here. I remember years and years ago, I was scrolling through YouTube and one of his videos popped up where he was flipping things on eBay that he had found at yard sales or thrift stores or flea markets. And he would turn around and flip those things on eBay for a profit. And this was sort of his full-time job, or at least he was trying to make it his full-time job on top of, YouTube as well. And at a glance, you're like, oh, okay. I mean, that's cool, right? Like making a profit off of whatever random junk you find at the yard sales. But boy, did this guy turn to the dark side quickly. He mainly dabbles in retro video games. Video games was always kind of his bread and butter. He claims to be a big gamer, a big fan of retro games. I've yet to see any evidence of that. And now, where we're at today, he no longer, flips random things. He strictly sells retro video games. That is his entire business model. He has created an entire business around it. He strictly flips the retro games, the Marios, the Pokemons, the Donkey Kongs, all the ones that you enjoyed and loved as a child. Caleb now flips for a lot of money. He used to find the games at like yard sales and thrift stores and stuff like that. But lately, and when I say lately, I mean in the last year or so, his new thing is going to local game stores in whatever area he's in that day, asking them to lower their prices on a bunch of their games and ripping them off, trading in a whole bunch of garbage games that are probably going to sit on their shelves for many years, and robbing them, essentially, of all of their good shit, of all of their Marios, of all of their Pokemon, whatever is going to sell easily, quickly, fast for him. All the games that customers who walk into these local game stores most likely would have paid full price for. But not Caleb. He needs to make a profit. He needs to profit. Here's a clip where he is in a local game store and he is just nickel and diming the shit out of the video game store owner. I remember watching this video and being absolutely appalled.
Odd Nation Racers, I know I've been able to get 18 for after fees, and it's priced at 15. So if Ryan would take, say, 10 bucks, it'd be a win-win. What do you say, Ryan? 10 bucks for this guy?
I can do that.
All right. I did come out with a few gems that I only would need 5 bucks off a piece on in order for them all to be worth it. Sizable little stack of Sony games right there. Let's see if we can haggle our way to profit on these. I could be at 10 bucks.
We'll do it.
10 bucks.
Yeah.
10 bucks.
Yeah.
15 bucks.
Yeah.
15 bucks. Tetras, I could do 7.
Yeah.
Both of the tiny tanks, I could do 12 a piece.
We could do that.
Okay. The Tony Hawks, I could do 6 a piece.
That'll work.
15 each for Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
Could do 15 and 15.
Yeah, let's do it.
Folks, that is a successful negotiation right there.
On every fucking game, he's just like, can I get like $2 off this game? Yo, bro, you're asking 10 on this? Let me get it for like $7.75. Does that sound good? That's literally what he does. Like, he will nickel and dime you for every last fucking penny to get a deal. And it's just like pathetic, really. It's so pathetic. These dudes will do anything to make like $2 fucking extra or something. Like, it's just gross. Like, you need those $2 extra so bad that you're willing to make yourself look like a dipshit on the internet for it. Like, Jesus Christ, bro. So yeah, bottom line, I'm gonna try not to repeat myself too much, but I want you guys to have a good understanding of who this man is before we react to his most recent video. Phoenix Resale. He went from, filming himself, flipping things on eBay from flea markets and yard sales and things of that nature, to full-blown running an Amazon store, actively trying to corner the market on retro video games. And he is just about the greediest motherfucker you're ever gonna see. I think one of the first videos he ever made that made his audience begin to question him and his morals and why he's even collecting video games. People started to see his true colors after the GameCube Gambit, where essentially Caleb had gone and made an entire series about him collecting every single GameCube game. He was going for a complete GameCube collection. He said it was a childhood dream of his and made it seem like it was for very sentimental reasons. Fans even sent in games at like discounted prices and stuff for him to help him complete his collection. Game store owners gave him discounts. People he met on Facebook Market gave him discounts to help him try and complete this collection, because people really resonated with the fact that like this was a childhood dream of his. You know, for that reason, people were really willing to help him out with it. And people really enjoyed the series. People loved that series. Like the comments were very positive on that whole series.
Reasons that I'm still not sure of, it probably just wasn't in the family budget at the time, I never was able to get my hands on a GameCube. A piece of my childhood self feels a little bit unfulfilled. How fun would it be to go back and attempt to achieve my childhood dreams of owning a collection of GameCube games today?
And then I think literally in the next video, he turned around and sold over half of them.
Lego Star Wars, there are better ways to play this game. 4x4, do not care.
For profit, by the way. Like, not for the prices he got them for, but for market value. I just love GameCube so much. Thank you guys all so much for helping me to complete my childhood dreams of completing the GameCube collection. Yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna sell all this for money. I'm gonna make so much money off this shit. As you can imagine, the comments were not kind on this video. I guess the childhood dream was, in fact, profit. How sentimental. I guess even as a kid, he dreamt of looking at a game on a shelf for a week before selling it on Amazon. The real losers are the ones that gave him amazing deals on games because they wanted to see him complete his GameCube collection. Absolute suckers. That is true. That's like super fucking shitty. People helped you out, you know, to finish this collection. And then you just turn around and like sold more than half of them for profit. Not even for the same generous price you got it for. Just absolute scumbag behavior. And there you have it. This was like the descent into greed for Caleb. This is where he started to get a lot of negative feedback from even his own fans at times. Everyone in the community started to realize just exactly what this guy was in it for, and that's money. He doesn't actually love video games. He loves money. This guy is not in it for the love of video games like he claimed all along. There's no more substance to him than just the fact that he likes money and he's a greedy son of a bitch. He started hanging out with a bunch of other jerk-offs in the retro video game hobby, in the weird like video game reseller space, the Pixel Game Squad, a bunch of money-grubbing resellers who pretty much do the same shit as Caleb. So anyway, now that you have a little bit of context to what a piece of shit this guy kind of is, in recent times, Phoenix Resale, or Caleb's content, has mostly been where he will go around to local game stores and interview the store owners, including a video with our very own Pokienny. Anybody remember that, Gem?
Some stuff that no one wants?
This is also some stuff no one
Okay,
wants.
so just as an example, we've got Trainer's Toolkit. Yeah, I would not pick that up in a Walmart either. How many packs are in here? How many cards are in here? This is a very expensive set of shelves that you have right here, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah.
That's not necessarily a dig at Brian either. I just want to put that out there. I'm not trying to start beef with Pokienny, okay? Is he my favorite content creator? No. But he probably feels very similarly about me, so that's how it is. I'm not gonna talk shit on Brian right now. I have nothing really against him, to be honest. Those clips were more to clown on Caleb some more. But, you know, two resellers in a basement. But yeah, a lot of his content looks like this now, where he will just go into a local game store, specifically ones that are struggling financially, and he uses weird cryptic thumbnails and intros of them being like, yeah, running a game store fucking sucks, and just asks them all sorts of patronizing questions. It seems like he's trying his best to make it look like running a physical game store is just hell on earth, and that nobody in their right mind should do it. And guys, I could sit here for hours. I could sit here for days, weeks, months, walking you step by step through every single Phoenix Resale video and pointing out why he's a piece of shit. But I don't have to do that, because his most recent video pretty much sums it all up for me. And it is titled, Are local game stores okay?
There's not really anything in the bank.
So many resellers. There's not enough product.
It turned a main street into a dead end for us.
I don't have any more money in the bank than when I started 5 years ago.
Something is happening to video game stores like this one.
The videos always start like this, by the way. They always start with making it look like owning a game store is just horrific. Like, it's just the worst fucking idea to open a game store. Like, owning a game store is just awful. Probably because he doesn't like the competition. He doesn't want any competition with his Amazon store. Alliance Refurbs, by the way, is Phoenix Resale's Amazon store name. Shout out to Heck and Steve for kind of like putting that on blast. Now we know who not to buy from on Amazon. Although I wouldn't be buying retro video games for like double market value on Amazon anyway. I don't know who's doing that. Stop doing that. But yeah, shout out Heck and Steve. He's funny as fuck. He also makes tons of content on Phoenix Resale. You guys should go watch it. This will probably be my only Phoenix Resale video, but he makes tons. He critiques Phoenix Resale to hell. So if you want to see more, go watch Heck and Steve's videos about him.
All right, so Shane, I brought you some goodies as a trade-in today. We can haggle a little bit for all of this stuff.
The goodies he's dumping on the counter right now, by the way, are just trash games that he can't flip on Amazon easily. And he does this shit all the time. He does this shit at pretty much every video game store he goes to, just brings a bunch of garbage to trade into them so that he doesn't have to pay them like real money for the games he's going to pick up, or he's going to get a hefty discount on all the games he's going to pick up. And it's just so shitty because he's well aware that these games won't sell fast, that these games are going to sit on the shelves for a while, but still dumps them on these local game stores that already have problems moving games. He's not only making money from the trade-in and using it to take all their good shit, he's also making money from filming this content right now. So it's just all around just the scummiest thing. Like, it's just very, very self-interested, very selfish.
I was curious to ask, the theme of the day is, are video game stores okay? So how has the video game side specifically of your overall business been recently?
The video game side has definitely slowed down a bit.
I wonder why video game sales have slowed down. Can't imagine why. Maybe it's because investor bro resellers cornered the market and stole all the good shit, and nobody wants to pay ridiculous prices for old kids' games. Wonder why. Shocking people would lose interest in the hobby once it's been, completely oversaturated with resellers. Take notes, Pokemon. Take notes. That really did happen with the retro video game community. Like, tons of fucking people left because everyone got too outpriced. Taking notes, Pokemon. Take some notes. Pokemon is rapidly heading in that direction as well.
Folks, this is the exact stuff that I was talking about. Very healthy Wii section here.
Oh, they've got a very healthy Wii section. Sorry. I shouldn't make fun of his voice or anything, or the way he talks. I really just cannot stand this dude. He's so cringy.
Now folks, as I get started treasure hunting here, I wanted to tell you guys about the single best way to buy video games, which is Encore. I'll often get asked by people where they can buy items from us that they see me picking up in videos, and the answer is Encore.
What a prick, honestly. You're standing in someone else's game store right now, making a video about struggling game stores, asking him questions about why he's struggling to keep his business afloat, while simultaneously plugging an app where you sell video games online and telling everyone in your audience that this is the best way to buy video games, right in front of this store owner who sells video games for a living. The fucking audacity. The disrespect is out of control. Don't buy video games at this piece of shit store. Why would you buy video games from this fucking bum over here when you could buy them from me online for 2 times the price? I'm like right here, dude.
Encore is a fantastic collectibles buying app where every single listing has a video attached to it so that you can know exactly what you're getting. And
we're gonna pause here for 1 second because I want to point out that Heck and Steve actually pointed out the fact that in the chat right here, in the example that Phoenix Resale is showing here of him selling games on Encore and all that, Pixel Game Squad is actually bidding, driving the prices up. Pixel Game Squad these are his friends. What a fucking scam. Like, why are your friends in there like shill bidding? Please don't buy from these people.
Already got a little solid 4-game stack here of Wii games. These just do super well for us, and I'm actually considering adding a GameCube game or 2 to it as well. The prices are really solid here.
These do super well for us on Amazon. Fuck off. He sells these things for Amazon for like double the price, by the way. Double whatever he pays for in the store. Alliance refurbs, y'all.
This week we're posting a ton of auctions on Encore for complete in-box Game Boy.
Plugging Encore again. Still in the store. What a fucking piece of shit this dude is. It's just so disrespectful. Like right in front of the store owner. It's borderline like psychotic. Like what is wrong with you? So he's gonna take that $375 that he was offered for all of his junk, and he's gonna go buy up all the good games, all the games that had a chance of selling in this store, all the games that anybody looking for video games walking into that store would have liked to purchase. He's gonna take all that stuff.
I'm not 100% sure exactly how many there were.
Well, I'll give you some time to chew on an offer here. I'm gonna keep browsing the shelves a little bit.
Sounds good.
Now, folks, the high dollar auctions that I mentioned are all live right now, and they're ending a little bit later this week. So hop on over there and get your bids in while they are.
Christ, he's plugging Encore again for what? What is this, a third time now? 3 times, and we're at like the 5-minute mark or something like that? Give it a rest, Caleb. Holy shit, we get it. You sell video games on Encore. Jesus Christ, give it a rest. You don't have to plug it 3 fucking times in 5 minutes.
So as I'm testing out a couple of these handhelds, I am really curious, Shane, how has Pokemon cards been doing for your business recently?
Oop. Watch out, y'all. He's coming for your Pokemon cards next. He's coming for the Pokemon. Wherever there's dollar signs, there's Caleb. Phoenix Resale wants in on the Pokemons. Is he a fan of Pokemon? No, probably not. It would not shock me, though, if he decided to dip his little greedy toes into the hobby. He's exactly the kind of dude that the hobby's attracting at the moment, so wouldn't shock me if he starts up a little Pokemon side hustle. Pokemon's fucked. It's so fucked. It's headed right down the same path as the retro video games, guys. Balance will be restored one day, but it's pretty fucked for now.
What would you say is the single biggest threat facing your store for the future?
It's really difficult to have a store these days, in a physical store, and just do one thing. There's so many people doing video games these days, so many resellers. There's not enough product.
The dude just literally said that half the reason that he's having trouble staying in business is because of so many resellers. Literally telling you you're part of the problem, Caleb. Everything you're doing is 100% aiding in the things that are putting these businesses out of business. Everything you're doing is also the reason that a ton of actual fans and collectors have left the hobby. You've driven tons of people out of the hobby with your inflated prices and all your bullshit. Congratulations. You suck ass.
And there was the importance of different kinds of resellers connecting and collaborating with each other. A big thing that we say at our business is collaborate, don't compete. So I love that Shane is on the same page with that. And it's actually the entire reason that we created our video game buyback website, Quick Flips.
Boom, right there, plugging his own website or app or whatever the fuck Quick Flips is. Basically, it's a website where you can trade in your video games to Caleb and he will pay you for them and then turn around and flip them on Amazon for a profit for himself. So anyway, guys, don't sell your video games to this fucking bum over here. Sell them to me on Quick Flips for probably less money. Dude, I'm still right fucking here.
Right, folks, and in the little DS case over here, I'm hunting for more stuff to add to our stack. These Nintendogs or something that maybe, yeah, Dalmatian we normally buy. This is another one that does just really well for us. Cooking Mama is one that just sells so fast, so we're making a little...
Cooking Mama on the DS slaps. I just wanted to share that. I love Cooking Mama on the DS. Still wouldn't buy it from this dickhead, though. Also, not the fucking Quick Flips hat. Jesus Christ.
Definitely came out with a good amount of stuff from the handheld section. Definitely had a very healthy selection here. But Shane, I'm curious, did you come up with a number for the trade-in?
I did, yeah. So total value, I think we talked about was around $375.
So I'll let you guys know what the total is once we finish.
He never tells us the total, by the way. Probably because he lowballed the hell out of this guy like he always does with these poor video game store owners.
It's exactly what we're doing right now, right?
Exactly.
I'm a reseller, you're a reseller just with a local store, and we're doing a ton of business together, so.
Yeah, but you're not the same. You're two very different types of resellers. Local retro gaming stores are really cool for the community to have. It's a place where you can go and just like kind of find hidden treasures and stuff. It's a cool thing. You never know what you're gonna find in those stores. Like, they're really cool. They're definitely for the community many times. I'll admit that there's obviously shitty game store owners as well out there, just like there's shitty people everywhere. Some of them do come off greedier than others, like some of them really are just in it for the money. But most of the time, when somebody is opening a retro video game store, it's truly because they love that sort of thing. They love retro games, they love all that nerdy shit, and they're for their business, but they're also for the community. Like I said, not all of them. Don't come for me in the comments being like, well, this game store owner, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know that there's bad ones out there too. I'm saying for the most part, that's not the case. But the way that Phoenix Resale resells things is the lowest, greediest, scummiest form of reselling you can do. You suck so much, Caleb. You suck so much. And you are absolutely not on the same level as a store owner. Like fuck out of here. You're on a totally different level, my guy. And your level is low. I'm talking low, like hell. Like, you're in hell, bro.
Prices for video games through myquickflips.com. So if you own a video game store or a pawn shop like the Swap Shop or a storage unit business or are any kind of reseller, we would love to do business with you.
Is this entire video an ad? Like, is this just an advertisement? I literally feel like I just watched an advertisement and nothing else. A 10-minute advertisement for Quick Flips and Encore with a sprinkle of horrible disrespect towards video game store owners and a very out of touch way of thinking. Okay, I personally think I have tortured you guys enough with these clips of this video. He does the exact same thing to the next two video game store owners, trades in a bunch of crap, asks them some patronizing questions, very out of touch, very unaware, and it's just as painful to watch. This video got heavily ratioed, as you can imagine. Tons of negative feedback. Absolutely tons of it. We're gonna read some comments right now on this video. They're all hilarious and true. Today I'm visiting 3 local video game store owners and I'm going to lowball all of them so I can make a bigger profit on Amazon. How did he not see this? Like, he really made this and went, yeah, this is a great video. Did he really think that this was okay? Like, he must have. To upload this video, he must have thought it was okay. Which blows my mind. And this person here said, what a sociopath. Tell me you're a narcissist without telling me you're a narcissist. They said it, not me. But I'll agree with it. Man who makes a living undercutting local game stores asks, are local game stores okay? That sums up this video pretty much completely. He actually made this video and said, I like this. This will go well. That one's funny because I don't know how you make this video and actually think that people are going to enjoy this, that this is gonna go over well with the community. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you have to be so out of touch to think that this video would do well. Yeah, so I mean, as you guys can see, I am not the only person that watched this and thought it was like the scummiest video they'd ever seen. The entire video game community pretty much hates this guy at this point. He's genuinely one of the greediest resellers I have ever seen. Like, they're all greedy. All resellers are greedy. They're all in it for money. But this dude is honestly like the worst of the worst. Like, he is up there with the fucking worst of them. And my problem with Caleb is not only this specific video, but the fact that he inspired a bunch of other low-life, I don't want to work a real job people to go out and do the same thing, to start flipping stuff that they find at yard sales, raiding flea markets and thrift stores and finding stuff to flip online and sell for more. This made everybody raise their prices, thrift stores raise their prices. He has definitely had a pretty heavy hand in the retro game inflation we've seen. Like, the prices are super inflated, and it's people like him that are the reason that hobbies are just like not even fun anymore. It's also the fact that he doesn't even actually like any of this shit. Like, he literally refers to video games as inventory. Video games to him are just dollar signs. Like, he really does not care about video games. He just cares about how much money he can make off of them. And to enjoy hobbies now, you have to fork up hundreds to thousands of dollars. So it just sucks for everybody when people like him just ruin shit for everyone else. Even yard sales and flea markets kind of suck now because of dipshits like Caleb raiding everything like the second that they open and taking as much shit as they can to flip for a profit. I just fucking hate resellers. They just suck the fun out of everything, and they're just greedy pieces of shit, to be honest. They just don't want to work a real job, so they do this shit instead. They'd rather be a scumbag for a living, I guess. I don't know. That's it for today's video, guys. I really could sit here and talk to you about Phoenix Resale forever, but I'm not going to torture you like that. Anyway, resellers suck. Don't buy from them. I'll be announcing the winner of the giveaway for the Evolving Skies Astral Radiance double blister pack thing tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I will see you little Timmy bitches in the next video. Bye!